Welcome back to Possum Media. Right now I am going to be transplanting some tomato trimmings that I got from some of my plants that I bought from the store. 3 different varieties. It's the Amish paste, the mortgage lifter, and the super sweet cherry tomatoes. I trimmed them and then soaked them in a bucket of water, those 5-gallon buckets right there. In those 5-gallon buckets, they started to grow tendrils. I just put some basic water from the hose in there. And once they got to the point, which these tendrils right there, as you can see, they're starting to grow out. That's little root systems that are coming out. And once you put them in the ground, it should, in theory, grow a better tomato. I've never done this before, so this is my first time. And I'm going to walk through the steps of doing that. I'm going to prune some more and get everything where I want it, where I need it. 5, I need a transplant. We had a lot of rain last night. The ground's really wet, so hopefully the digging the holes won't be too horrible. Those tendrils are here, coming to here, so I'm going to trim all that off. I don't need that. That's going to be my base. I don't need that at all. I really don't need that one at all. I really don't need that one. So now I got a little smooth shaft. I got some fruit on it. We'll see how it grows. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you've watched the other 2 videos or any of the garden thoughts, thanks for coming back. My name is Jacob. I live in Arkansas. I'm relatively new to gardening. I thoroughly enjoy it. Got into it last year after the birth of my first son. My only son, my firstborn child. And I thought it'd be important to grow my own food. And I really, really, really enjoyed it. I had a garden in college, but I was in college, so it was not a priority in the slightest. So I made it a priority last year, but I had a kind of a crazy job in construction. I don't do that anymore. And the deer in my neighborhood were relentless. I think I picked 2 cherry tomatoes out of the entirety of last year, so I went kind of all out this year. And I love it. It's a great hobby. I love it, I love it, I love it. It brings me a lot of peace, a lot of joy. I spend a lot of time out here with my son. He's 16 months old now. It's very relaxing, and I'd like to share it with people. If people want to relax and enjoy the garden with me, I think that's great. I share little gardening tips. Again, this is my second real year doing it, so I am no expert in the slightest about most anything, but certainly not gardening. And I've made some mistakes this year already that I will be amending next year for sure. One of which is kind of where I put everything this year, and how that's just going to change. Fencing and other things like that. I got to change a lot about next year before that comes around. I'm hoping to fence in the front. This is my front yard. I'm hoping to fence in the front yard next year. Really keep the deer out. They've just, everything I try, everything I do is just not panned out. I've tried sprays, nothing toxic, but I'll spray. I'll put this plant and that plant and so on and so forth. But man, oh man, they don't give a hoot. They just get after it. They have willed my squash down, and I'll show that here in a second. And I'm worried I'm not going to get any squash. There we go. And like I said last year, they demolished my tomatoes. And I am not having any issues with that this year. And this fence isn't particularly tall. They could absolutely jump over this. But it seems to me like they're lazy. They're just like stopping. Like, yeah, no, never mind. Because these blackberries, I just stepped on you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, buddy. These blackberries weren't fenced in originally. And they wound up just coming after them hard. And it made me so mad. So I had all this wood laying around. Right here. And chicken wire. So this is, you know, it's not pretty. But it's what I did. It's what I had. And just got it done. And they haven't touched it since. You can see the bright green is new growth on these blackberries. And the one on the far side is just, man, it's taken off. So that's really nice that I have that. This is a buffer. That's the only thing that's working. They just want nothing to do with this fence. Has some fruit on it. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Or that. Or that. I don't think those fruit are going to make it, but I'll leave them on. I'm going to cut about there. I don't think that was going to work anyways. So, should be enough to just get me started. This is my first time transplanting, so I'll tell you exactly what I'm doing. I soak these in water. That allows those tendrils to start growing out of the, this is just trimmings from my Amish paste, my super sweet cherries, and it's called a mortgage lifter of the heirloom tomatoes. I'm replanting them. I may come back with some fertilizer before too long and do all that, but not right now. I kind of had this epiphany that I should do this. And I'll turn you and show you. The deer are going buck wild on this stuff. I trimmed that. That's my compost. And I had trimmed some of my tomatoes and tossed them in my compost as some of my greens. And as you can see, they're growing bigger. The deer have obviously attacked them. That's just kind of been like my sacrificial plants. But they started growing out of my compost. If they're growing them while I'm tossing them aside, I should really plant these and get some more use out of them. So that's what I did. What I didn't show you was that I had sunk these bamboo canes that I just chopped in the backyard into the ground. I don't think I need to show you that. I think you kind of get the gist of what's happening. But to offer each of these some more structure, I'm going to pull them up and then literally tie them. I don't have to buy another trellis or anything like that. You got bamboo in your backyard, it'll work just fine. You don't have to be a perfect knot, don't have to be perfectly straight. You're just guiding it up. You don't have to be the best knot in the world, and definitely don't make it too tight so it cuts off the flow inside the plant. Just like that. Just a delicate square knot. Nothing crazy. As it grows, I just tie it all the way up. So now it'll start to grow up. I'll do that for all of them. Hands are looking Awesome. Those are great. Wow, what great news. What great news. Red and white both. Hope you enjoyed that video. Hope I explained transplanting tomatoes pretty well from trimmings from a bush that I bought at a store. And there goes Teddy. I hope you found this helpful. I hope I explained adequately how to transplant tomatoes from one bush and trimming them into the ground. I'll come back in a couple of weeks with kind of an update as to whether or not any of them took hold, if any of the fruits lasted, and so on. And we'll give it some time, but I will give it an update. Thanks so much for watching. If you've made it this far, I really appreciate it. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Hopefully soon. Thanks.